All right, folks, welcome to another episode of Clash of the Podcast. I am Conrad Cushman. Sean is trying to join us. He got some new tech. He's got a new microphone, so he's going to be in here like Mr. Kennedy eventually, but for some reason, can't hear him. Don't know what the issue is. If you guys can hear me, put the ones in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Let me know, though, if everything sounds good and things are good. Hit a like on the video as well. That's also very, very helpful to us. Thank you, Anthony, for letting me know. Appreciate you, Clown. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We will get into it. If worse comes to worse, I might just have Sean just join through the phone today, and we'll have to mess around with it and try to figure out what the issue is. I saw everything he did, and it was hooked up correctly, so I don't know what the issue would be, at least on their side of things is. But it's Clash. Can hear you, can't see. Sean's not in here. Sean left out because he's trying to fix it, so don't worry about that. If it makes it easier for you guys, I could do the solo layout. There you go. That's better for you. That's what we got going on right now. We're going to get into Backlash, Dark Side of the Ring. What was it? Backlash, Dark Side of the Ring. A lot of the wrestling news this week. We're going to talk about Charlotte Flair and John Cena. Topic Sean picked out, so I can't wait for that to happen. So we'll get into that, man. We'll do the shout outs after this, and then we'll try to bring it back. So without further ado, thank you guys for joining us. And I guess for the first time on myself, I guess I'm gonna drop that thing. All right. Thank you. Let's see here if this is going to work. Added my guy, Sean.
Testing.
I got nothing coming through. Chat, let me know if you hear Sean. I got nothing at the moment, though. Let's see here. Going through. Just checking. If you can hear Sean, let me know.
Testing.
Super echo. Echo on my part? What up? McKinney says he hears Sean. Is it me? Hold on. Maybe it's my settings. Maybe it's my audio.
Okay.
Say something now.
McKinney hears me.
I do not hear Sean.
M. Leezy hears me. If you guys can hear me, let me know.
Is it me?
Yeah, everybody, they hear me.
Say something now.
Yo.
No.
They hear me.
Again?
Yo. Yes. Hello.
Nope.
See.
I hear Sean fine. Echo on Conrad. I have headphones in, so how could you hear me? There's no sound coming through this. Everyone but Conrad can hear Sean.
What's up, guys? Yeah. Listen, I know Conrad.
So they can hear you, Sean, but I can't.
I know Conrad's trying to talk to you guys right now.
We'll try to rock this to see if I can figure out what's going on here. Sean, why don't you shout out everyone that's in the chat, man, that you can see.
Well, big shout out to everybody in there. First of all, I want to thank you guys for dealing with us through these technical difficulties. Big shout out to Clown13Z4 Tweezy saying RIP Sabu. Big shout out to Sir Quills. Quilly, what up, though? He says, what's up, Conrad, Sean, and chat. Your boy Sir Quills is back again to enjoy two of my favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 141 of the Best Wrestling Podcast. Conrad, yeet! And my microphone goes down because I got too excited. Conrad, take over while I fix my mic.
And down goes Frazier. Oh, Sean, the echo's on your end, so you may want to either turn me down or grab some headphones.
All right.
I'm gonna give Sean a second, or mute yourself for a second, then you can handle your biz. There we go. Here, I'm gonna take solo layout. Oh, just let me know when you're ready. We appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to Clown for RIP Sabu. I do have something in here for Sabu. We will talk about Sabu here in a little bit to open up. We'll get through this and then we'll talk about Sabu. I promise you guys. Quills saying what up to two favorite bros, CJ Hubs, for episode 141, Best Wrestling Podcast today, Clash of the By God Podcast. Quills, we appreciate you, man. He gave Backlash a 6 out of 10. Decent wrestling action, but throughout the night, of course, it was overshadowed by buffoonery and incompetence. Woo. My guy Ray Thompson says, happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Ray, we hope you had a great weekend, my brother. He says Backlash gets a B from him. Interesting. I enjoyed the main event. It was chaotic, nostalgic fun. Remember this, Ray. Remember this. I'm going to ask a question in this. I also thought Lyra had a star-making match with Becky, and the four-way was awesome to open the show. I didn't care for Gunther and McAfee. I hear you. Matt Lopez says, hello, good evening. Hope you all had a happy Mother's Day weekend, and let's kick the week off with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. Thank you. Another RIP to Sabu. Yes, it was Sean's birthday. Hope you had a good birthday, Sean. I concur with that. Backlash, it was a good show, I'll say that. Orton versus Cena was overbooked, but it worked. Pure insanity. I like that they are teasing John Cena, regretting turning on the fans because they can still cheer him. Okay. He's going back to the bright light. Cena, look open, his eye says it all. What's up, Deanna? Yeah, I did peep that a little bit. Like it was a little foreshadowing. Sean, when you're ready, just give me the thumbs up once you get your camera placement correct. We're live, pal. McKinney says, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire live chat. My two favorite homies on the wrestling scene, Clash of the Podcast, and let y'all know, sometimes you just got to let go and let karma attack. Backlash was an 8 for me. All of the matches were solid, but could have used something else. Can't call it, but it needed a little gravy or an extra biscuit. I don't know. I see you. More mac and cheese. Always. BJ, B Jizzle, what's good, man? Appreciate you, man. People showing Hubs more birthday love. Thank you on his behalf. Happy birthday, Hubs. I love it. Guy will gamble. Yeah, it was good, everybody. Shout out to my Taurus brother. Look at that. Signs. Backlash was fun. I like this scene, and Orton was hilarious and entertaining with solid callbacks and funny moments. Let me see here. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being in here. Thank you, guys. Let me know if I need to edit those echoes out, too. I can go back and fix those. I see everybody talking about echoes. Yeah, I promise you. When you see the headphones, that's not the person echoing, usually. 90% of the time. Boom, boom, boom. We're going through. RIP Sabu. Still the only man to win a ladder match without climbing a ladder. Conrad is in. Jocelyn, watching over on Twitch. Evening. Didn't see many tweets about Backlash. Anniversary was yesterday. Relaxing in a well-needed vacay. Let's go. Appreciate you, Jocelyn. Jocelyn, I see your Pacers out here doing the darn thing, man. Doing the darn thing. Miracle says, happy belated, Sean. Appreciate you, Miracle. No, Lara, what's up? I was kind of expecting Cena to slap the ref as a callback to No Way Out 08 to end the match. For sure. Connor, what's good, my friend? How are you? Connor, you like you're sponsoring iced tea right there. Connor, where's your partner in crime and the birthday boy? He's here. He's just setting things up, getting things good. He's in the background. I can see him. You guys can't. But he is in the hold. Thank you all for joining us, though, tonight, man. Like I said, if you are on something, please make sure to pass out the link. All right. Let me see. Is that you, Sean? You back?
What up?
Okay. I'm still getting a little echo on my part. I can hear it.
Okay. I got headphones in. Don't know what else to do at this point. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay. Let's see. Mute my. I don't know what else we can do here to stop that echo. I'm looking,
Except I can
folks.
just, I guess I can kind of like eliminate. Let me try and adjust my microphone. All right, signing off for 1 more minute, guys.
Okay. Here we go. Did it stop? Yeah. Okay. I know what you're gonna say. Hey. Cavs can't compete without Mitchell on the floor. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. Rough to get that going for Mitchell, man. I don't know. Let's start off here with a little moment of silence here for Sabu, man. The ECW legend has passed away. He just wrestled WrestleMania weekend, man. He had a big match with Joey Janela, and I don't know what else to say to that. Like, just sucks, man, to have that all happen, you know? Like, I wish it didn't, but Sabu is gone. I know that I'll give my piece of it first here. Sabu, I'm not sweeping it under the rug. I do want it to be known. He does have a history of, he was saying some things sometimes on Twitter, social media that were unflattering, things that I know probably 99% of the people in this chat don't agree with, and Sabu could be wilding out sometimes, right? I don't know if he ever apologized for those things. I think he did. I don't remember. You know how things get old and then people apologize. He was in some of the video games like Wrestling Code and some of these other ones, and now he's back in. He was out, then he was in again. So listen, I would like to think that Sabu is sorry. He didn't mean some of the stuff he had said. I would hope, you know what I mean? But listen, Sabu is an ECW wrestling legend. Definitely a different style. When I first saw him, I just remember thinking, like, who is this guy and why is he so different? I remember watching him on like Nitro in the early days, like doing, I think he put like Alex right through a table, and that was like unheard of back in the day. Like, you had Sabu and Public Enemy on the show, and they were putting people through tables. They were changing the style up. It was just something completely different when it came to Sabu, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what else to expect or what else to say for it, man, but it sucks. I saw Joey Janela definitely gave a tribute to Sabu, because he had the last match with him at his GCW show. So it sucks to lose him. I'm just trying to think of some other favorite matches and feuds when it comes to Sabu. Like Sabu versus Taz was like what the first ECW pay-per-view was like built off of. Sabu versus Terry Funk in that Born to Be Wired match. I wonder what some of the ECW guys would say today to that. You know what I mean? Like, some of it's wild, but yeah, insane, man. Insane, some of the stuff that's happening. But Sabu is here. I'll make sure that we get Sean. We'll give Sean a chance to revisit, man. But a match that I think that I'll always remember for Sabu is the match with Hayabusa. And I almost called him his other name. It was Hayabusa. It was at Heatwave, I believe. Someone tell me if I'm wrong here, out of all my wrestling historians in the chat. It was RVD and Sabu versus, it was Hakushi from WWF at the time and Hayabusa. What an amazing tag team match. If you've never seen it, go back and watch it. Just incredible for like back in those times and what people were doing. 450 splashes and people jumping over and all over the place using chairs and the wildness of it all. Really good, man. Really good. Yes. Let me see here. Yep, Heatwave 98. You are correct, Conrad. I can remember if it was 98 or 99. One of them. I remember watching ECW Living Dangerously, Taz versus Sabu, unification of the ECW and FTW world titles. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Sabu was just different, man. I love the feud with him and RVD, like fighting over, like with Bill Alfonso, Rob Van Dam's the cocky, arrogant one, and Sabu's sick of him. And then they finally have a match, too. Like, really, really good stuff, man. I enjoyed it. Sean looks like he's back here. Let's see. How we doing?
I'm a little nervous to ask.
You are right up on that mic, though. I need you to back it up. I can
Yeah,
hear
I'm
you
not used
loud.
to. Oh, okay. I've been
Yeah,
tweaking this thing, man. What's up, guys? Thank you for bearing with us. I put the echo cancellation. How we doing?
we're much better, I think.
All right.
I would
See, now
just
I
say
can get. I can.
lower your volume though, because you're really close to it. Just because
Okay.
it'll still pick up your voice, but your voice is booming. It's loud. It's boisterous. It's
Okay. How we looking now? We okay? We're better now.
more.
Turn it down a little more.
A little more.
Okay. What are we looking at now?
More.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn it off now. Now it's off.
Is it that low? All
It's
right.
low.
Can you push it away from you more?
Yeah, of course.
There you. All right. Now say something.
What up, though?
Yes. Okay. I can live with that, Sean. If you get
This
loud though,
has been a wild situation, guys. I got all new equipment. How you guys doing, man? What up, though? Drop that thing, all that good things that I miss normally. You know what I'm saying? What up, though?
yes. Everyone gave you birthday love real quick in here, so
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
we were just talking about Sabu matches. I was going to mention Sabu Rey Mysterio at One Night Stand. Definitely another really good match, minus the finish, but it was a good match leading up to it. Any other thoughts on Sabu? Like I had mentioned, like I know he wasn't perfect. He said some very unflattering things over the time on social media at points in time, and I don't want to look past that either. But he's gone. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, obviously, you know what I'm saying, the loss of Sabu is a unfortunate thing in the pro wrestling community, but there have been some controversial things that have gone on that have that need to be. I mean, we don't necessarily have to address them here, but you know, the elephant is definitely in the room. But I just prefer to focus more on the contributions he made to the professional wrestling community. You know what I'm saying, Conrad? I know that while I was, you know, dealing with my people notice. Yeah, I switched it up, man. You know what I'm saying? I paying homage to my favorite WrestleMania crowd of all time. You know what I'm saying? I got the thing in the spotlight too. You know what I'm saying? Conrad. Look, a little off the cuff thing. Conrad said, "Yo, Sean, man, we're taking it to another level. I need you to step it up with the equipment." So I had to do that, man. But anyway, one of the pioneers of EPW. Excuse me, one of the pioneers of ECW, and obviously there's going to be a loss in the professional community as it relates to wrestling. Everything else, you know, it is what it is. Let's not speak ill of the dead, but, you know, unfortunately, he's no longer with us. 60 years old is very young, very young. Rest in peace, Sabu.
I agree. Let me know if you guys are hearing Sean. That boy Sean can't. Yeah, Sean. I know the mic. I can hear it too. Sean, you sound like you're in a radio interview. Like you about to drop the hardest freestyle in history.
Well, I mean, this is the time for me to drop the harmonies, man. Now that I got a professional microphone, but you know, I'm gonna save it for another day. As long as I'm not blowing your eardrums out, bro.
No. Well, it's pretty loud, but I don't know if you can. Can you push it back? Even I think you just need to push the mic away. You just have a good voice, like boom.
All right, where are we at now? We feeling better about things now, or?
I like it.
Okay, cool.
All right, as long as Sean doesn't do one of them look at me's, we're all right tonight. We're all right.
Yeah, this is going to change the game, guys. Before we get into the rundown of the show, this is going to change the game. Like usually, I spaz out on the show. I don't know if it's gonna. I'm not gonna lie, Conrad. We could talk about this in front of our beautiful audience, man. This might lower the quality of the show because I'm not gonna be able to spaz out anymore without blowing people's eardrums out.
Listen, as long as it stops from me from getting yelled at, we're gonna be all right.
All right, let's do it.
We're gonna be all right. So we'll keep going through this. Like I said, Sabu will probably come up again when we talk Dark Side of the Ring because of next week's topic, which makes this even more like eerie, kind of. When we get into it, let's run down these other shows real quick. New Japan Resurgence just had a show. Mercedes Moné has been dethroned of one of her championships by Azumi in a triple threat match. So say goodbye. We saw the Young Bucks reunite with the Good Brothers. We saw some different matches. We saw Zack Sabre Jr. take Goto to the limit. Very interesting.
I mean, the thought of Mercedes no longer being champion is a little bit mind-boggling for me. But at the same time, you know, I don't want to hear any more of this Mercedes Hogan garbage. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that out the way. You know, if Hogan had his way, he'd still be WWE champion. So let's not put her in that category.
Listen, I just heard him right when you had called me like 5 minutes before. I forgot to send Sean the link. We're just admitting everything today. This is kind of our therapy session of Clash. Sean asked me for the link, and I was just listening to Hogan spout off lies about like, yeah, they were booing me last time we were in LA, dude. Sadly, this is what we
rightfully so.
No, he lied. He said I was a heel. I was like, you were not a heel at that Monday Night Raw.
No, you weren't. He wasn't a heel.
Wild, bro. We could do a whole show on like
he's a heel. He's a heel as a human.
He's been lying for so long. I don't even know what's the truth anymore. Triller TV had MLP Northern Rising that also happened. They crowned 2 new champs, and there they are. Josh Alexander is the MLP Canadian champion, and Giselle Shaw is the MLP Women's Canadian champion as well. So you might be seeing them at your local indies walking around with those championships. Hold it down.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Giselle Shaw is the future of women's wrestling. And Josh Alexander, the walking weapon, is absolutely phenomenal. I love these 2 people very much. I think they're tremendous.
Show that belt on Dynamite. I say do it. When he
100.
comes out, that belt comes out.
100.
Going into this, don't forget we have Battleground Tampa, May 25th. What do you know? Is there a show that day?
Oh, my.
But I'm looking forward to this matchup here with Jordan Grace and Stephanie Becker for the NXT Women's Championship. Should be a fun one. And last but not least, we had this announcement today, Sean. Please feel free to read this and give your thoughts.
PW Insider, as per PW Insider and Drainmaker on Twitter, WWE is potentially looking at a weekend of July 12th in Atlanta for Evolution 2 pay-per-view. It's comical when you read this stuff, man. Time with the Saturday night's main event taping as well. Oh my, same weekend as AEW All in Texas. It's pathetic what's going on here, guys. Absolutely pathetic. And until wrestling fans take a stand and stop allowing this crap, they're going to continue doing it. You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, literally, they're just kind of cherry picking. They're kind of cherry picking the dates that they see AEW is clocking, and they book shows for similar nights. I mean, it's ridiculous at this point. It's absolutely ridiculous how sickening they've become. I mean, it's everybody knows, and no, I'm not going to go on a Jey Uso rant. Everybody knows how much that I was happy to see Jey Uso, my guy Jey Uso, win the World Heavyweight Championship. But I don't want anybody in any way, shape, or form, and this is for all the loyal listeners that watch Clash of the Podcast and listen to Clash of the Podcast each and every week. Now that I got my mic situated, I'm back in my bag, bro. My thing is this, man. My thing is this. I am not blinded by having one outcome go my way. Okay, guys? I am not going to sit up. I'm not one of these people who get their way, in this case, Jey Uso becoming, rightfully so, the World Heavyweight Champion, and then forgetting about all the hot garbage that's going on around it. I'm not. WWE has continued to disappoint me. Not just as far as the quality of product, but also as it relates to their standards and practices, dealing with dates and basically monopolizing time on the airwaves to put out their product. There is no reason to do what WWE is doing. Absolutely not. There is no reason to continue time after time after time to make a concerted effort to book wrestling shows on the same night as other wrestling shows. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it. When the previous owner did it back in 1984 or 85, he did it on purpose. The purpose was to split the audience. And the WWE, his son-in-law, is doing the exact same thing. It's reprehensible. It's reprehensible. And the thing about it is, WWE is so popular that at the end of the day, they don't have to do what they're doing. There's no reason for them to do what they're doing. They're still going to get viewers. They're still going to get subscribers. Their social media is going to continue to pop. They're still going to sell those whack 5-match pay-per-views. There's no reason to do what they're doing except that they're selfish, bloodthirsty scoundrels. And that's the bottom line.
Man, I don't think I have anything else to add that's different from it. Yeah, it's just been a sad thing from the beginning. I don't understand it personally why they feel the need that they have to do this. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
I don't get it, man. I just think it's ridiculous. MJB, I see that you're in here. Rob, thank you. Pro Wrestling Shoot. Yo, listen, wrestling video game enthusiast, please go over and check out Pro Wrestling Shoot. They've got an announcement. I don't know if Jesse's announced it yet. I know about it just because I'm in the friend zone, but something really cool that's about to happen that he's going to have coming up. So make sure that you go over there, you check it out, man. Yes, I see everybody telling Sean put that pop filter in front of him.
Yeah, I'm still trying to. I just got my stuff in today, and you see it's like bing every time I try and set it up. But just bear with me. I'll have it right for next week, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, fight back, acknowledge it, try to turn perception up this swing. Oh, I don't know if TK is going to be able to swing on this, man. I think TK is just trying to stay focused on his business and do what he's got to do, but you're not wrong. The problem is if you bring it up, people sit up here and listen to me and Sean every week. Now, when the day comes, I don't want to hear boo-hoo. There's no more competition. No one else is trying to be different. Yeah, people are just going to do their thing, man. I don't get it. Oh, I announced it if you follow me on X. Okay, there you go. Go follow him at what is it? TPWS Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Little free publicity. Put my check in the mail, Jesse.
There you go.
Yeah. Also, his story only remembers the winners. At least that's how most things up until more modern times have treated it. Yo, are you Dave Meltzer in me right now?
Yeah, because my stuff is not,
Yo, this guy's fired, bro. He definitely went Dave Meltzer on me and pulled out the mic. Next thing you know, he's gonna be sitting on the couch.
Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to BJ. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm not messing up your ears, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. I'll have it right by next week. I promise.
Nah, Sean put me to shame, man. I might have to step my game up now because he's got a mic. I want to be sitting on the couch too, talking wrestling. Like, the dogs are here.
Yeah.
All love, man. All love. Sean, let's get into this Backlash card, shall we?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see here. This was the entire Backlash card for us. Oh my. We got 5 matches. This is what the standard has been for it. Overall, when you looked at this card, what did you think, Sean? Like truthfully speaking.
Mid.
Thought I was going to get more than that. Mid.
Oh, sure. I mean, the World Wrestling Entertainment continues to put out these mediocre pay-per-views. I thought it was lazily put together, and World Wrestling Entertainment continues to do that on a monthly basis outside of WrestleMania, and WrestleMania might also be included in that, but that's another conversation for another day. Not impressive, lazy, and Backlash has become pretty much a footnote. There's no validity. There's no validity as it relates to the substance that Backlash brings to the table. Back in the day when Rock faced Backlash, Frat faced The Rock, Rock faced Stone Cold in a rematch from WrestleMania 15, when Rock faced Triple H at Backlash, as a main event rematch from WrestleMania 2000, there was some substance to it. You thought that something special might happen at Backlash. Nothing special happens at Backlash, not in 2025.
Backlash has always been one of my least favorite shows, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm responding back to McKinney in the chat about his comment that's up on the screen. I just put that bigger pockets will keep on winning if you have that happen, though. Sorry, trying not to get all economical in here about it, but let's start with the show here. This was my match of the night, the U.S. Championship match. Jacob Fatu, L.A. Knight, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre here.
L.A. Knight's going from L.A. Knight, to L.A. Knight.
No, I think he got a pretty good reaction. Like, it seemed like it was up again, but I don't know what to do to heat this guy up. Like, I think they missed the chance when Priest won that Money in the Bank. That was his chance to do something with it, and then
it was a chance, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. I agree with you.
they went another way. It's what it is. But Jacob Fatu, all I know is Jacob Fatu is that guy. In my opinion, he is someone that they are going to be able to hold it down with. He is going to be a problem for them.
Yeah, I mean.
Get well wishes to Drew McIntyre. Apparently, so I watched this in slow motion, Sean, and I tried to pause it to see, I'm like, it didn't look like he hit his head, but they were saying he did. But when you go back and look at it, I think he did bounce his head off. Like, I think the black part on the table looks like he saved it, but that's where the concrete was, and he just busted his dome on it. Like, ugh.
I mean, these dangerous spots, they leave everybody oohing and eyeing, but they're putting their lives on the line, man.
Yeah. The big thing everyone's gonna be talking about from this, who's that guy? Who is
Jeff
that baby?
Corn on the cob.
They might have a new name for him. Did you see what it is?
I did not.
JC Mateo. I'm sorry for laughing. It's just so funny.
That's so freaking corny, bro. Why would you? Oh my.
Yo, thank you, E, for putting that up there. Look at it, man. I appreciate it. Man, I can't believe some of the homies skipped this. The real question is, do you feel this pay-per-view was worth $9.99 or whatever the base level Peacock is worth? I think it's more than that now. Isn't it like $14.99?
Yeah, it's $14.99, but you're right. But I really appreciate what BJ's trying to say, and that's true. And in case I didn't respond, thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. That means so much to me. What BJ's trying to say is very accurate. They realize they're giving these pay-per-views away for $15, and they're giving you a $15 pay-per-view. It's really a shame, but that's exactly what they're doing. So what they're doing is they're counteracting things that I've said in the past about complimenting WWE by saying, oh, it's the best value in wrestling. And they're saying, oh, yeah, it's the best value in wrestling until we give you what should be on Monday Night Raw right here on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what's the concern, what are they trying to get at here? Jeff Cobb, not afraid of the grinder. I see you, E. JC Slater. Rob kind of said my exact thoughts overall on the show. I know Ray's gonna come back and listen to this and not be happy, but I thought it was a C show. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a C show.
That
I would even probably go C-. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, just like Jordan Devlin to JD McDonough, now Jeff Cobb to JC Mateo. Need I say more? Quill said. Well, he ended up helping. So it looks like he's going to be aligned with Solo Sikoa. What do you think of this, Sean? Like, is this going to work? Is this the babyface turn for Jacob?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I think that Jeff Cobb is going to be Solo Sikoa's heavy, and he's going to assist Solo Sikoa in his upcoming feud with Jacob Fatu, and I think that feud's going to come to a head at SummerSlam. I think it's bearing down on us. I think it's just like that light at the end of the tunnel getting closer and closer. We should have saw it at WrestleMania. I guess they decided to hold off. So they're going to make the feud now about the United States Championship. And honestly, I do think that Solo Sikoa will be your next United States champion.
BJ said wrestling fans are paying more for Monday Night Raw alone in the U.S. than they do for the pay-per-views.
That's a fact. Wow, that's a fact.
Guy Will Gamble says Hikuleo is going to debut as HK Montoya now.
That's funny.
Chill. And don't forget, there's some of them are out with undisclosed injuries as well, representing Gorillas of Destiny.
Yep.
Let's see here. Let's keep it going here with Lyra and Becky for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Sean, what did you think of this?
Yawn.
Wow. A lot of people, the first two matches were everyone's match of the night, I saw, for the most part.
Well, I agree with half of that equation. The Fatal 4-Way was dope. I thought that the women's title match was very, very predictable and actually not that good at all. Women's Intercontinental Championship, excuse me.
I'm going to disagree a little. I thought it was pretty good. I just don't know if I see a lot of people say like, "Oh, this was a game-changing performance from Lyra." I don't know if I'm ready to go that far yet, but I think it was a good performance. It's I want to see what you can do more of performance. Becky loses the match, post-match beatdown. Yeah, Becky went crazy, ended up trying to rip her arm off. I think this is going to play out furthermore. We still have to get the Bayley stuff in the mix. I think it'll be a fun triple threat if they can get to it down the line. When that happens, I don't know. Maybe Money in the Bank. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a Raw match. I don't know how they put this all together.
No, I agree. I mean, like I said, I thought that Lyra Valkyrie had her first good promo on Monday. Hopefully it'll lead to better, but I wasn't impressed with the match.
Right. Cats are going in, man. Funny. BJ explains why it's WrestleMania 2 cards. I love Lyra, more confident in her promos. Lyra's been cooking up. I disagree with being predictable. I figured Becky was going to win. I mean, it didn't have to be that way. You know what I mean? It just depends on what you guys wanted to see with it and what you wanted to do. It was a typical women's match, nothing over the top, Deanna says. Becky tried to rip her arm out of her arm. Little Owen Hart tribute there. I hope I'm saying this right. Pyrus Wrestling. Hey, guys, question for Justin. There is no Justin in here, Pyrus, but we'll answer it for you. What if Brian Pillman from 1996 to 97 was in AEW in his prime, and 96, 97, what women's wrestler would you pair with him? My choice would be Mariah May. That would be possible. I think so. I think that's probably the best fit, what you set up there. I'm trying to think if anyone else would fit that void at this point. But yeah, Mariah May would probably be my point right now as well. Good question. Both Bayley and Becky will eventually become women's Intercontinental champ. Solid match, but can we please take those wings away? Lyra's best suit was at Saudi, but she looked like a sorceress from He-Man. Lyra versus Valkyria, 8 out of 10. Very good match for me. My match of the night. Lynch was very good, and Lyra Valkyria was fantastic. I dare to say that Lyra Valkyria was top performer of the night. I'm happy Lyra retained. I like Lyra. Okay. Listen, not too upset with it. If you said that was your match of the night, I don't think I would argue with you. To me, it's one of the first two matches. Moving forward, we had an Intercontinental Championship match here with Dominic Mysterio and Penta. I almost called him his other name here. But Penta and Dom went at it for the Intercontinental Championship. I do love that Dom had a nice little tribute to Psychosis, one of the wrestlers who I think deserves more respect in the business today. I feel like he never gets enough love. Let me see here. Overall, I'm curious to know what everyone thought of this match. I know that Sean is just working on some stuff right now, but what do you guys think, man? Clown, good answer. Harley as a mini loose Callan pilled up with Pillman would be great. Yeah, if you wanted to go comedy route, for sure. But I want to know what everyone thought of this Intercontinental Championship match here. Like, was it good to you? Did you enjoy it? I know eventually we did get some interference here from Grande Americano. He came out and gave a headbutt to Penta, allowing Dom to hit the frog splash and get the win. It's what it was. And then another focus of this drama was the story with Dom and Finn Balor and the Judgment Day. That's been going on for a while. There was a lot of interference in this one, but Dominic Mysterio retains the Intercontinental Championship. Please, what'd you guys think here? Dom's DDT was great. Absolutely, Beach. Absolutely. Penta is quickly just becoming another guy. Ooh, what makes you say that, Clown? Why do you feel that way? Delayed Gratz, what's good, brother? Welcome. Appreciate you, man. That'll be 585. Dom is cooking up too. A lot more people cheering for Dom. I heard the dirty Dom. You know, those chants. People tell those fans to be more like them international fans. Better be careful. You're starting to get those chants more and more. I don't know, but I'm waiting for some people here to chime in here. I thought it was a match 1 of 5. Wow. 1 of 5. McKinney says, I don't like Penta in blue. It's off-putting to his theme. The match was cool. It took 5 people to beat Penta, but what do you expect from Street Trash? Phoenix was looking like he couldn't beat Berto without interference on SmackDown too. The Intercontinental title was a good match. Like I said, it felt like a solid matchup here. Dom versus Penta, 6 out of 10. The match was okay. Too much Judgment Day bull jive for my taste, and Chad Gable El Grande Americano coming out was uncalled for. Is it Dom supposed to be the heel?
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, Sean. What did you think of the Intercontinental title match here, man?
I thought it was okay. I thought Dom, has continued to improve and continue to show himself to be this future anti-hero that we all love. And I agree with Penta, the comment about Penta. Penta is quickly starting to become just another guy. I love that dude, but that he's starting to become another guy, just like I predicted he would when he came to WWE. It's not going to take long for the same thing to happen to Phoenix. It's just the way it is. WWE does not believe in certain characters. They'll bring them in, they'll show them love at the beginning, and then they always flail. Look at Andrade, look at Shinsuke Nakamura, look at people who continue to come into the company with all this fanfare and all this luster and limelight, and eventually they start to fade. It's just a fact of life. That's the way it goes. And yet, then this Intercontinental Championship match is just another example of that.
How do you feel about Dom Star Power, though? Did you believe in it a little bit more? Like I said, I'm hearing the cheers.
I told you Dom was coming a long time ago. Pause. And at the end of the day, now that he's coming and he's showing the world exactly what he is,
play.
There you go. I'm telling you right now, Dom is a future world champion. He may not be a future WWE champion. Dom is a future world heavyweight champion. Give it about 1.5 years, 2 years, he's going to be there. I love where he's at with it. I hope he's the Intercontinental champion for the long haul. Honestly.
Yes. Jocelyn, I'm sorry. I saw your question before too, and I bookmarked it in my head, but I didn't save it on here. You mentioned something about the Good Brothers. They're back with New Japan, but they weren't in Japan, if that makes sense. I know you asked, were they in Japan? And I said, kind of, no. So going back to these things, Clown says, came in with all this steam. This is about Penta. Now it seems they are stalling on him for this inevitable moment with him teaming up with his brother. Why does it seem like the Lucha Brothers don't feel like a big deal in WWE? Sean?
You've said it a long time ago. That's a great point by Jocelyn, a great point by T. Ferg. You said it a long time ago, Conrad. You said it's going to come down to the Usos versus the Lucha Brothers. You said it a long time ago. You predicted it a long time ago. I told you from the start, I want Jey Uso to have a world championship on his resume. And once he does have that world championship on his resume, I don't care. He got what he deserved. He got his flowers. Now, if he loses the title, he loses the title. The problem with that is when WWE gets in its own way and they say, you know what will be awesome? This is how Triple H sounds, by the way. You know what will be awesome? We should have Triple H. We should have the Usos get back together and face the Lucha Bros. Meanwhile, these guys can be excellent as singles competitors, but hey, let's just put them back together. That's the cheap way out. That's what McKinney's been talking about. That's what Guy Will Gamble's been talking about. That's what M. Leezy Fashizi and Jocelyn and Doug and all these other people have been talking about. BJ, MJB. People realize now WWE takes the cheap way out. The easy thing to do is put the Lucha Brothers together to be a tag team. That's the easy way out. And that's the route they're going to take. That's what's happening. This loss to Dominic is indicative of what the future is going to hold.
Jocelyn says just a way to make more money off a hot wrestler. I mean, that's the name of the game. Guy Will Gamble said, whoa, yeah, Penta is losing his appeal. Watch, it's going to be Penta and Grande Americano mask versus mask at Worlds Collide. Don't be surprised if you see Penta, Phoenix, all of these guys end up on that AAA show to just at least work it to get some people to sell the tickets and do the thing.
Probably.
Adequate match. Dom has made it. He's definitely coming hard for the top spot. Play. Penta is quickly either for 0 for 2 or 0 for 3 in title matches in 3 to 4 months. What are we doing here? Give it time. I see them. Good shot. If you're not watching live, you're missing out. Doug says a year and a half based on how Jey Uso went. Dom won't be world heavyweight champ till 2029. I think he'll move in faster than that. I think he's all right. I mean, look at Dragon Lee's booking. Yikes. I don't want to.
Indeed, for real.
Tag division needs help though, Hubs. Yeah, where's Motor City? Motor City Machine Guns are there.
And look how quickly Motor City, one of the most decorated tag teams in the history of wrestling, look at where they're at right now.
I would rather not talk about what happened with Fraxium with SmackDown this week either.
Touche.
I got nothing. Moving on, we have Gunther and Pat McAfee. They had a match.
I like Pat McAfee. Right, I like Pat McAfee. Do I like him wrestling Gunther? I don't. Pat McAfee is like me. I look at Pat McAfee as like me as it relates to wrestling fandom. If I were in Pat McAfee's shoes, I would want to wrestle a match. I would want to be part of what I've loved since I was a kid. The problem is WWE needs to book it better where it makes more sense. Why would Gunther even struggle with Pat McAfee? See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the believability and the realism of these situations. I think Jesse made reference to it earlier. WWE is not about wrestling anymore. It's more about entertainment. Well, you know what? Even entertainment can get ridiculous at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a break. Like, it should not have happened. And Michael Cole, I don't care what who says Michael Cole's the greatest of all time. Michael Cole's not the greatest of all time at anything. At Tiddlywinks, at announcing, nothing.
I'm with you. I don't know. Here's what would have softened the blow to this match. This goes back to what we've been saying from episode 1, maybe. When you do 5 match cards and then you're going to book an announcer in one of the spots, where's Bailey? Where's Montez Ford? Where's insert someone else's favorite wrestler? Even if it's a mid-card wrestler, a tag wrestler, Motor City Machine Guns. Who else are people clamoring for that don't ever get on these shows? Andrade, Theory, Karrion Kross. Why aren't they on the show but Pat McAfee is? That's crazy, bro.
It is.
Like, if you don't think it's respectful, it's got to be.
And Lizzie just brought it up. Why are we not taking advantage of that amazing interview that's now 2 weeks old from Killer Kross?
Sometimes the machine doesn't like it when you do it yourself. Look at Zack Ryder.
Touche.
Hold on here. I'm going back. Jocelyn says they don't have good writers that work for them. And that's from someone that she's with right now. That could be arguable. I don't know the idea, so I don't want to tear anyone down, but perhaps the creative, you could say the creative stinks, right? I mean, if you don't like it. That was it, but was it the original plan to sign Lucha Bros as a package, but Phoenix got stalled out? Yeah, but
that's accurate. They have to make adjustments, right?
Well, and they did, and then I think they kind of everybody can't be undefeated is the issue. You had too many people come in all at once, and now you're trying to keep everyone undefeated. I'm just curious if they raise WrestleMania prices because of the prices they charge for their PLEs back to when pay-per-views were almost like $70. No, the prices are up, my brother. Motor City Machine Guns couldn't even get on that card. Delay Grat says Gunther versus Pat McAfee should have never happened. This was bad for Gunther. Anything but a complete squash is what it should have been.
Yep.
Jesse comes in. I like this comment. It's about viral moments.
He's right.
It's all about
that doesn't mean it's good. He's 100% right in what he said, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing. Logan Paul's about to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. And you know what? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at a 3 that he might win. 3 is not good. It's only 30%. But even the fact that there's a 30% chance that man can be World Heavyweight Champion, it's pathetic. To me, I put Logan Paul in the same category as Vince Russo.
Wow.
There's no way that man should be World Heavyweight Champion. Period. He's the champion of Monday Night Raw. He shouldn't be in the same ring with Jey Uso. But I hope Jey Uso wins. But the point I'm trying to make is, yes, Jesse's right. It is about viral moments. But when is enough enough? When does it go too far?
Right. Apparently, Karrion Kross has the #1 selling shirt on WWE Shop. I heard he's in the top 3 sellers now. We're supposed to suspend disbelief, but come on, they should have had a wrestler interfere on McAfee's behalf. It made Gunther look mean. Like I said, I think Kross got punished for that promo. BJ did say that. I will give him that. Gunther looked weak. I never said it's good. It's trash. No,
right.
He said he understood what you were saying, though.
No, and I was actually giving him I agree. Jesse's hitting the nail right on the head. These viral moments are getting way out of control, and it's starting to corrupt the integrity of the product. You know what's a good idea? You know what'll get views, clicks? Let's have a prestigious Royal Rumble entry go to whatever that kid's name. I don't even know what his name is. A YouTube guy. Let's have him take up a spot in the Royal Rumble instead of having somebody who deserves to be there be there. Okay, let's give Logan Paul a WrestleMania match while people like the Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, and numerous others sit on the sidelines. Let's do that.
Yeah, listen, I can't change that, man. I don't know. Mr. Beast in the Royal Rumble, chill. Don't give them any ideas. We live 24 hours a day, and you can't remember every second, but you can remember a moment. I think some the problem is this goes back to it. Maybe it's just me, Sean, and I think me and you are the same in this respect. If you disrespected me, WWE's not going to get 3 chances to fire me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get 1, maybe 2 if someone comes up with a good enough apology. But I ain't coming back for a 3rd time to get embarrassed. Like the Good Brothers, that would never be me. I am bitter, and I usually hate stuff like that. I'll be like, no, I'm good over here. I'll go over here and do my own thing. I would have went to TNA back in the day. Like, I'm not going to take that. That's just me talking, though. I don't know if you feel the same way. I would have left and never came back if I was a pro
I agree
wrestler.
Completely, Conrad. I agree completely.
I just don't get it. But if people keep falling for the okie doke and you keep going back every time, they're like, okay, come on. It's going to be different this time, I swear. And it's not. Stop going back over there. Stop. It's not worth it. But until people start feeling that way, until people start saying, can there be something just as big as WrestleMania that's not WrestleMania? And I don't care what company it is. You have to build that. We as the fans have to build that. Not anywhere else. They're always going to market themselves and say whatever they're going to say. What do we do as fans?
That's a fact.
You have to make other things prestigious. You have to make other things feel good. It's good to work for AEW. It's okay. It's good to work for MLW. You're on a television show. There's levels to it. I get it. I know. Make it okay to work in other places. It's all right. It's not
chat.
Not the end all be all.
Facts. Chat. Let me know how I sound, guys. I need updates. Thank you.
Let me see there. Why do you think Ryback won't return to wrestling? Yeah, they blacklist people.
Need me more.
10 chicken breast on the floor. Let's go to the main event. John Cena, Randy Orton, one last time. We went through it. We've talked about all their matches, all 900,000 of them. Was this one going to be different, Sean? Was this one any good?
No.
There were shenanigans. There were RKOs. There were AAs. There were stealing of finishers. This was the Attitude Era if we ever saw it. There were RKOs on bosses. Nick Aldis had to eat that. Randy Orton. There were so many ref bumps in this. Randy Orton got mad. I understood it. By the way, who's the guy with the blonde hair right here? Who's that chap? Anybody know? I kept wondering when he was RKO. I recognized everyone else but him, the second guy who got it. No idea. If somebody knows, please let me know. R-Truth comes out. I mean, let's run through it, man. What did you think? I mean, Cena ends up picking up the win. He retains the championship by beating Orton. But to me, there was a lot of shenanigans in this.
You know, Sir Quills and I have talked about this off the air via Instagram. This is the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. This was a dangerous, dangerous man at one point. And Sir Quills and I were talking. I believe Guy Will Gamble and I were talking as well. And I am so sick of watching this man be made to look like a stumbling, bumbling idiot. You dance, you shuck, and you jive, and you sit up here, and now you're so foolish. You're so foolish that you still think John Cena is a good guy and you try to help him win the match. And when you help him win the match, then all of a sudden you come to the press conference and John Cena AAs you through the tape. It's ridiculous television, Conrad. It's ridiculous television. I cannot stand what I'm seeing.
I've never really liked how R-Truth has been presented for it's been almost a decade at this point. We could do better. BJ says, I'm a fan of Cody. Y'all know that. But how did Randy Orton bring out a better match from Cena at Backlash than Cody did at Mania? Brother, this goes back to what I was saying. Listen, I understand being mad at The Rock, but we're going to chop that blame pie up. It was everybody. Everybody took part in it. You can't just say one person.
Touché.
On a side note, I've been chatting with Conan on Twitter lately. Might be a bot, MJB. Don't give him any info. Conrad's favorite village idiot, as you say, is in the main event. Dude, I hate that role for him, though. Like, he's just the comedy. Did you think the comedy part was bad to, like, insert comedy into your main event? Like, that's usually
stupid. No, it wasn't good. No, it wasn't good. It makes me sick. It ruins, what did I say earlier? It ruins the sanctity and respectability of the championship and of the main event. That was weak. That was weak. In what world, when the fans didn't cheer when R-Truth came out, they groaned. And so did I. When I got back from my birthday dinner, shout out to my baby, appreciate you. I was like, what is this nonsense?
What was the birthday dinner, by the way?
Japanese hibachi.
Hey, not bad. Not bad.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. It was ridiculous. It's ridiculous. R-Truth is being made to look a fool. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it really did ruin the main event. I mean, not that it was any good to begin with, because we all know John Cena was going to win or walk out. I actually predicted he'd walk out with the title due to disqualification. I thought he'd slap the referee back in from reliving the thing from 2008, which, by the way, would have been more entertaining than what we got.
Our Delay Grass has R-Truth's enjoying every minute of it, but yeah, sad. And me and E had a long conversation about this a while back, and it was like, you know what? R-Truth doesn't have to take a lot of bumps. He is older. I understand that part of it too, but we could also have R-Truth be serious. And I'm hoping that's what they do with this and they turn it up. But where's my faith level? You know what I mean? With this, Sean's face says it all. Like, I don't believe it. Truth be told, Ron Kelly's even said he regrets this gimmick that he's been doing it for so long. It kind of hindered him from being a top guy. Yep. Vinny Doom says, think of Truth as an angel. He stands for blind truth and justice. If we don't get Orton versus Aldis, then what's the point? The Viper versus the National Treasure would be interesting to me. R-Truth, well, that falls into the same aspect of, I know Nick Aldis's resume. I don't know if the fan base does, as Jesse had put out before, but
hashtag resumes matter.
That might be a shirt, Sean. R-Truth came out and finally WWE decided to put a black male wrestler on a PLE. Hey, I didn't even peep that. I don't know, man. Like I said, if R-Truth's having fun with it, I mean, great. Can I ask something? I want to make a comparison. Rob knows where I'm going with this because I said it when we were watching the show. How come, Sean, when Jon Moxley does this, it's the worst thing in the world? It gets all this hate. I've heard people say, I'm not watching AEW till Moxley's not the champion anymore. But Cena's going to do this in every match. You know this, right? He has
until he turns babyface again. Yep. He's
cooked. I'm not even trying to be funny. He's cooked. Like, he needs the shenanigans in the match to take away from, like, it can't be good just in-ring action at this point. It's we need all these bells and whistles to happen with it. So what do you think of that? Like, how come Moxley gets cooked for it? But see, is it different? Is it the characters? Is it because Cena was beloved, like he's another generation's Hogan?
Moxley and the Death Riders have been the death of AEW. That's the reason why I think Moxley doesn't get away with it. I think we're sick of Moxley and the Death Riders. That's the answer to that question. John Cena actually has become, and it kind of segues us into our next subject matter, which is why Conrad's one of the best in the business. The fans are starting to appreciate Jonathan Bartholomew Cena. For me, the fans are starting to realize how popular and how special this guy was. I don't necessarily see it, but the fans are starting to appreciate this guy. And for me, if you take a comparison to him and maybe like Charlotte Flair, like there's a reason why Charlotte Flair gets booed out of the building and yet John Cena is starting to get cheered. It's because they're starting to appreciate who John Cena is. John Cena is not going to get the same reaction that somebody like Jon Moxley gets because Jon Moxley is not a legend in their eyes. I still think John Cena is corny. I will always think John Cena is corny. But at the end of the day, the fans have embraced this guy and said, you know what, for the first time, I know his name's John Felix Anthony Cena, Quills, but I like to call him John Bartholomew Cena. That sounds better to me. And that's a big thing for me because if you look at it, like it's like John Cena gets away with murder, right? Figuratively, of course. Meanwhile, Moxley doesn't. And at the end of the day, that's not necessarily cool, but it's a fact of life.
Sorry,
it's a fact of life in pro wrestling. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I guess, man. Like, listen, I'm kind of with you. There's not many people, I guess, like me, you, Derek. Maybe it's our age range. Dog, I'm not falling for none of this. I'm just not. Like, this is still the same old thing. Like, it's Cena. Cool. I'm still booing you. Like, I don't rock with you. I told you what you did with me. I cheered for you when you rapped and you did all that stuff, and then you came to Raw and you just flushed it down the toilet after a feud with Jericho.
You did.
That's why you started getting booed. Like, I don't rock with that, and I just haven't rocked with them since. I cheered for
culture Punk. Vulture.
I cheered for Punk to beat him, and that's what I'm hoping we get. But like you said, maybe it's because people admire Cena. I mean,
he's leaving. He's leaving in December.
You get what I'm saying, though.
I do.
Am I wrong though for the comparisons though? Like,
no,
with the main
you're
events,
not.
Like
Moxley does not get away with it because he's not John Cena. That doesn't make it right, but it is what it is.
But that's what it is.
And you got to remember, people have been craving John Cena heel turn for 25 years.
Yeah. This is not a John Cena drinking beer ad. Someone threw this at him. And this brother was like the size of me, and he definitely was trying to hide. And I was like, brother, you're right there. We can see you. We can see you. Get up. Security went right over and grabbed him.
Actuals and factuals.
This ain't the NWO days. And I was just watching like the Wolfpack like timeline where they were throwing trash in the ring back then. You can't do that stuff anymore.
New world order.
Oh no, we were doing the Wolfpack with Sting and the little. What are we doing? That was so stupid when Sting joined that. Just so.
I thought it was awesome. Stop hating. The Wolfpack was one of the best, man.
No, it was cool when we were kids, but the moment you started thinking about it more, the more my brain started to hurt. Like, wait a minute, these guys were beating you up for half the year. Sting, what are you doing?
Oh, logically, it made no sense.
You know, but it's what it is. Let me see here. I'm going through. Hold on, I'm gonna start at McKinney because McKinney did have a little thing. He said he disagreed. Truth is going to factor into Cena's redemption arc. He's the lovable fool. He's not lost in the shuffle. He's carved his own lane. Jumping back down, someone said the rise of Ron Killings. That's Vinny Doom. Vinny Doom also said truth will show Cena the path to redemption with fans and righteousness. Delayed Grass says Mox is one of my AEW MVPs. No offense to the actual MVP. It's sold his soul. He's broken out. It's different. I'm going to ask you how you feel about a swerve, Sean. James, what's good, brother? I see you.
I think John Cena is going to beat the crap out of him.
would you be upset? And I'm asking, I really want Jesse's opinion on this and BJ's. Would you be mad if Cody turned when Cena turns? They flip it. Like Cody's like, no, I should have hit you with the belt. And now I know. You're a snake, John. You're a snake, and I should have never trusted you.
I've wanted Cody to turn heel for 3 months.
You lying. You lying. You've been wanting Cody to turn heel longer than that.
Okay, good point. I'll not say I'm lying. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Like 6 months. You're right. Yeah. I'd have no problem with that.
Yeah. And did you see, how did you feel about the Cena regret selling his soul already? I know that plays into.
Yeah. His face is like, oh, what am I doing? What have I done? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, it is what it is. We all knew that Cena was going to turn babyface again before he left. I've always loved the fans. I appreciate you guys. I would be nothing without you. Man.
James said after that guy threw the beer, they changed the policy at WWE shows. What an idiot, especially paying a ridiculous amount for those seats.
Touche.
Couldn't be me, dog. Couldn't be me. Yes, I would be. Cody needs a better reason than that to turn. Cody will not turn. He'll Cody. Yes, I am Homelander. I think Cody should turn because he's getting booed when he faces Cena.
He's getting booed, period, because he's a loser. If I had a chance to slap Cody, I'd slap him right across the face and say, wake up, you're Bullet Club, and act like it.
Wow. Rumor has it John Cena and R-Truth will be one of the matches on Saturday night's main event. I still don't think this will be the match. I think the main event will be Jey Uso and Logan Paul in 2 weeks on the show. I think Jey Uso not main eventing this show was kind of the, okay, this is your show then to add to it. But Sean, why are you looking sad, bro?
John Cena versus R-Truth.
I'm just saying it'll be one of the matches on the card, maybe the opener.
Yeah, it probably will be the opener. But my God, I mean, how deep are we gonna sink?
It'll stop you.
This is pathetic.
It'll stop you from doing what I've been saying that they've had to do. The whole, he needs all this stuff to happen. With him and R-Truth, you could make it a quick match and Cena gets the win and it's fine.
Yo, that's a match for Sunday Night Heat, bro.
Paid all that money to drink a Michelob Ultra, shaking my head.
Chat, what show is John Cena versus R-Truth worth? I say Sunday Night Heat. What do you say? I need the name of a show. All show names are welcome.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Capital Collision Part 2. We got a medal in there for you from XG Dub.
XG Dub, what up, though?
Oh, Delay Grass at WWE Speed. Maybe the
there you go, Delay Grass. Quilly, I see you.
Quilly, I see you. Your boy El Grande Americano won the championship on Cinco de Mayo. Do not think that that's not a joke. WWE does stuff like that to be funny. Triple H 2 weeks build is the new long-term storytelling. Velocity. Rob said Livewire. Quill said Jack.
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
So Vinny just made up a pay-per-view. One-way ticket to hell.
Yo, you
WWF Super Astros, Super Estrella. Come on. James just said, bite this. Shotgun Saturday night. Saturday morning slam. Quill said, take it back to WWF New York. If they ever say that my job is to go back to WWF New York and eat a meatball sub with the fans, then just take me out.
Pretty much.
Commissioner Regal,
this is
I will not Billy Gunn this King of the Ring trophy. And I was like, wow, Billy Gunn is done.
Yo, Conrad, what you're witnessing right now is why we have the best chat in all the podcasting.
WWF Confidential. WWE Experience.
I love it. But all jokes aside, but this is why we're having fun with it.
I gotta get mine off.
Oh my.
WCW
Listen, but
Thunder.
this is why we're having Elizabeth. This is the reason why Great Balls of Fire. But see, we're having so much fun with this because the late Grass Rock and Wrestling. This is the reason why we have an amazing chat. But also, yo, this is the reason why WWE is looked at the way it's a sin. I agree with you, BJ. Like honestly, bro. John Cena versus, like, seriously, John Cena versus. That's great. John Cena versus R-Truth is a slap in the face, bro. It's a complete slap in the face. Like, why are we doing this?
Apparently, this is good. I hope it's going somewhere. They got to have a plan, in my opinion, right? Like, I'm assuming that. I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt here.
Saturday Night Slam. Wait, T-Ferg. Hubs, if you've been watching AEW regularly, we wanted Cody to turn heel 3 years ago. That's a fact. I'm saying at the end of the day, we want Cody to turn heel because babyface Cody right now is not hitting. Tuesday in Texas, Cyber Sunday, bash in the parking lot. I like that, BJ. I like that.
Terrible. I guess that we'll allow this to let us transition into the Charlotte phase here.
Conrad, I touched on it briefly, and I appreciate you bringing this up as a subject, man. Like we were talking about this during the week.
This was Sean.
Thank you. There are certain things that John Cena has done over the past month where people are starting to appreciate. I see you, Justine, starting to appreciate John Cena, even in the midst of his heel turn. John Cena hit somebody in the head with a belt, they cheer. John Cena hit somebody with a low blow, they cheer because they're starting to appreciate John Cena. There's a different situation when it comes to Charlotte Flair, and I thought that there was a very good comparison between the two. And I'll ask the chat what they think as well, and you too, Conrad. Why do you guys feel like John Cena is starting to be embraced in his heeldom, but yet there's nothing that Charlotte Flair can do right? And by the way, I'm in agreement with how the fans have been reacting to Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair annoys the crap out of me. She really does. And if you ask me if Charlotte Flair is a tremendous athlete, I'd say yes. If you ask me, do I think Charlotte Flair is a Hall of Fame talent? I'd say yes. But Charlotte Flair annoys the crap out of me. I just don't like her. I don't like her character. I don't like her movement. I don't like the way she comes across on TV. I don't like her. And it's a shame because she's a very talented individual, but her character has crossed over to something that it's not supposed to be. This is like X-Pac to me. Charlotte Pac.
Did you believe X-Pac had heat back in those days? Like, did you feel
yes,
it?
He
like,
did.
Were you sick
yes,
of him,
he
though?
Did. You know how I knew X-Pac had heat? Remember the WCW invasion? And remember when X-Pac was fighting for WWE and he took on Billy Kidman for the cruiserweight title and he was the light heavyweight champ? X-Pac was a double champion and nobody cared. Charlotte Flair comes out and gets booed because Charlotte Flair is annoying. Not heel annoying. Annoying. People genuinely look at, Charlotte Flair's coming out. She's weak right now, bro. She's weak. I don't care if she's a 14-time, 78-time, 114-time. I don't care. Charlotte Flair is cooked, bro. Cooked with a capital C.
I think it's what we just said before with the Moxley thing. This is the whole Cena and Charlotte comparison now. I think it's Cena is being loved and endeared because he is a generation's Hogan. Versus when we look at Charlotte has not changed her character. I've went through it with y'all. You've heard me talk about it with Sean many times. I can think of one feud Charlotte's had that wasn't for the championship. That was a legitimate feud. One. It was against Trish Stratus because I went to that pay-per-view. Tell me another Charlotte Flair feud. I'll wait.
You can't. Not without the title being involved.
Every match had a title involved. Charlotte needs a character change, and I think she needs to step away from the belt. Would her going for a mid-card championship help? I don't think so. I know some people are advocating for it. It looks like they're teasing Jade Cargill doing something, but I don't know if that's the wave. I don't know if that's the move right now. I think you need to have Charlotte come up with some layers to her character. And I think Charlotte, I don't want to project something that's not true, but this is my opinion, Conrad's opinion. I think Charlotte's still going through stuff. Personally, like when people rag on her, I kind of feel bad. if that makes any sense. Like anytime I'm hearing or seeing discourse online, and I'm like, yeah, Charlotte's this, Charlotte's that, and I'm just like, dude, I think she's having a hard time right now, though. Ever since coming back from the injury, the personal stuff, like I just think it's all weighing on her a lot. I don't know. That's just me.
I mean, I hear you. I mean, I feel sorry for her too, but as a character, like, adapt or perish, bro. She has to get better. She has to get better. And she has to deviate from the same personality we've seen from her for the past 10 years. It's annoying. It's not over anymore. Tiffany Stratton's not a better professional wrestler than Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte Flair is corny to people now, and they've had enough. They've had enough. Chelsea Green is not a better wrestler than Charlotte Flair, but why is Chelsea Green getting so many claps and cheers and things like that? Because she's worked on her character development.
By the way, her losing the U.S. Women's Championship, like, what was that, a week or two ago? Like, I don't understand why.
I don't. My God, it makes no sense. And I'm a fan of Zelina Vega, but she needs improvement too. She shouldn't be the United States champion.
The timing of it, I don't know. Some people will probably link things together. I'm not mad that Zelina won it. Like, good for her. Hopefully she can show what she can do and do her thing, but we'll see if I'm feeling it, man. They got to give them some TV time and more than just, here's a match, do what you're going to do. And I hope it's not just for her to lose to Charlotte, because I don't want that either.
Oh, God.
Jay told Charlotte she had her time. Could be true. For 5,000, can anyone guess Charlotte's character outside of wrestling for the title? The late Kratz is a fool. Maybe some see it as nepotism. I mean, listen, there's a lot of people in the business, though, who have family members within. You got to evolve is the difference. I don't care that you're Ric Flair's child.
There you
evolve go. Outside of just winning championships.
Yes, sir, my brother.
Booking with Charlotte. Cena stood as a company face for 20 years. No comparison to Cena. Let's see here. Charlotte was way beneath the women's U.S. title. She should take time off. She just got back, though, Vinny. I don't know. I agree. I think Charlotte isn't mentally there. Annoying in that she's finna call the cops on the cookout. She's never been in the spot to grind from the bottom and became people like Becky did. It's always been the queen. There would be no Becky without Charlotte, though.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Talk your crap, Conrad. You're right, bro.
Because Becky wouldn't have been in the position to be loved if Charlotte wasn't so hated.
Come on,
brother. To me, Charlotte as a babyface doesn't work. Chelsea Green was in a contract negotiation, wasn't she? I'm not sure. I don't want to speak to that delay, Gratz. I'm not 1,000% sure. I'd have to check Fightful for that. But Vince says she's a Flair. She's got to be on top. She needs to evolve. Good thing Evolution 2 is coming up. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Back to back.
By the way, I've heard Evolution is a mystery.
Lemmy. And yes, here, and this is another from my guy, Andrew Baydala. Shout out to Andrew. Talking once again about that Evolution show, rumored to be happening around the same time All In Texas is, possibly even on the same day with the Saturday Night's Main Event. Like I said, me and Sean talked about that earlier, so I can delete that one. But Sean, do you want to stay on this anymore, or should we move into?
No, I mean, I just think Charlotte needs to evolve, and until she does, she's not going to get the reaction she's looking for. You could be hated as a heel. That's not what Charlotte is. People are sick of Charlotte, and it's a shame, but it is what it is.
And I think people left, and then they came back as the Vince regime versus the Triple H regime is different in some ways.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be what it's going to be. Charlotte may need a change of scenery. AEW, New Japan, maybe. I still think if she came to AEW, she'd get booed.
I think so too, bro. I think so too.
Maybe New Japan would be a little bit more into it, but that's just me. Let's get into Dark Side of the Ring. Like I said, season 1, we have come to an end. We have checked out everything that we could with this. And last week we talked about Eddie Gilbert. This week we are on episode 7. We're more than halfway there, Sean.
More than halfway there.
Haynes. Look at WrestleMania 3. You see Billy Jack there? He was at that WrestleMania. I think
he was.
Who was that? Him and who did he wrestle? Let me see if you know.
Right there, right. See, that's him and Hercules Hernandez right there.
Battle of the Full Nelson.
That's right.
Chris
right.
Masters, that's where he got his idea from. Don't
Yep.
say that. Don't tell him that.
Yep.
What? Here he is. That Billy Jack Haynes, man, he had the look for pro wrestling. I'll say that.
Sure did.
What'd you think of his story, man? Him coming up through the Pacific Northwest, tried to do his stuff, but it was all muddied by, like, I know this sounds like pro wrestling, lies, deceit, so many different things. Like, what did
I mean, he has a checkered past, man. I mean, we know that he's right now incarcerated for the alleged unliving of his wife. He's been in and out of trouble for most of his career, which is why his WWE run did not end the way he probably wanted it to. WWE, after his time in the Pacific Northwest, put him in a position to be a main event guy. He was tag teaming with Hulk Hogan. He was in a position to be a main event guy. He had the look to be a main event guy. He had the build to be a main event guy. He had the persona to be a main event guy, but he just couldn't keep his nose clean. That's a tale of many professional wrestlers. Was he doing what he had to do, allegedly dealing with, drugs and things of that nature out of necessity because he needed to make money to feed his family? I don't know. But those are very tough decisions that he made that has led to some very uncomfortable situations, including but not limited to what he's dealing with right now, which again is being incarcerated for the alleged unliving of his wife. So, WrestleMania 3 and everything that came with his popularity and notoriety in the mid to late 80s, that withstanding, it really didn't work out for him because of stuff that was not wrestling related.
Yeah, it sucks. He ended up losing his job at WWF due to an incident on a plane with said things that we can't say on here. They had to call people in to come revive him. They said, get out. He starts his own wrestling company, ends up bad with the money, people who he was working with. You can go back and listen to the alleged people who he was working with. They did not sound like good people. Sounded like some crime bosses involved with that as well. And
that's what it sounded like, right?
So now you screwed over a bunch of wrestlers. Who's going to vouch for you now? So he ended up moving on and doing a bunch of other things. And he's told stories on shoot DVDs of, yeah, I helped do this and that. And he carries around the 3-ring binders of stories with people. And the whole thing sounds crazy. And you're just like wondering, would he do something like this? Why would he do something like this? The story of Billy Jack Haynes is not complete yet.
Right. I just want to say in a shocking development, the Dallas Mavericks have won the NBA draft lottery and presumably will take Cooper Flagg from the Duke Blue Devils to be their number 1 pick this coming June.
Ooh. Well, Dallas needed to get someone new there to help out.
Yep. The Brooklyn Nets had the highest percentage chance to be the number 1 pick and ended up falling to number 8.
Well, doesn't play sometimes to do the old 76ers logic.
There you go. But yeah, Billy Jack was phenomenal as far as in ring. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, they positioned him to be a main event guy. He was Hulk Hogan's tag team partner when Hulk Hogan was the WWE champion. Not much bigger you can get than that.
Facts. Next week's episode, so I'm going to pull this up. Next week's episode is about the original Sheik. Someone my dad used to talk to me about a lot, like when I didn't know who certain wrestlers were. He was like, oh, the original Sheik in Detroit, Michigan. Same guy who trained Sabu's uncle, right?
Yes, sir.
Erie, the same week that this is going to air.
That Sabu passed away. Right.
And he's all over this episode. So keep that in mind while you're watching. And yeah, NBA draft lottery. Yeah, Daphne's got an episode coming up too, MJB. We're going to talk about that one while they happen as well. Yeah, we got it. The Hornets are cursed. Yeah. Ever since Larry Johnson left, grandmama.
Pretty much.
Let's run down Raw and then we'll get out of here, man. We caught up pretty good, I thought, tonight.
Oh, this is a great show. I mean, I think we did really good considering me setting up my new equipment. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Thank you, Conrad, for being patient.
Hey, all love, man. All love. CM Punk will be on Monday Night Raw. He's got something to say. Sounds like he may even want to challenge Cena, or he's going to go the route of he still has beef with Seth Rollins and the homies. We'll see where that goes. Right. Matchup wise, this would have been a dream match probably like 8 years ago. AJ Styles, Finn Balor.
Well, I mean, I think Finn is on the trail of Dominic and the Judgment Day. I think actually Finn Balor wins this match because it's going to lead into more information and stuff regarding the Judgment Day. You know, I think they'll wait till Liv gets back from filming her movie and then something big is going to happen.
Thank you, Clown. The original Sheik did train RVD as well.
Yeah. I'm still holding out hope that Liv and Finn are working together.
Could be a big swerve coming. Some people have even rumored that maybe AJ and Finn become a tag team. That could be a better bet for the Raw tag division.
Could be.
Speaking of tag team matches, we have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky taking on Julia and Roxanne Perez. And hopefully tonight they announce Evolution 2 because I think that division needs it.
It does. Desperately.
Yeah, they've earned it. I just wish it wasn't on a night following another show. Me and Derek will be live on Wednesday at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys join us here on the Everything Pro Wrestling side of things. Sean, this week, are you busy?
Hubbanomics is back in the mix this coming Friday, May 16th, 6:05 p.m., right before SmackDown. Make sure you lock in, get ready to rock and roll. Hubbanomics every other week. This is the week. We're going to continue doing it on a regular basis, not every week, but every other week. And this is the week, May 16th. Make sure you lock in and ready to rock and roll.
Let's do it, man. Sean, take us out of here, brother.
Yeah, man, I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. I want to thank Conrad for the birthday wishes and the continued camaraderie and brotherhood as it relates to this show. Chat, you guys are phenomenal as usual. Next week, I'll be ready, a little bit more ready when it comes to my equipment. It's brand new. Please, I'm working without a net here, people. But I'm really happy to have some updated equipment. It shows how serious I am about the show getting better. Conrad and I have had some big conversations about where we want to take the show in the future. And though we have... we talk back and forth about what we want to do. The cool part is that we continue to want to do it. And the fact of the matter is we would not want to do it or could not do it if it wasn't for you guys continuing to tune in. So on behalf of Conrad and myself, I thank you guys very much. Once again, make sure you tune in this Wednesday night, 10 p.m. to Conrad and my guy Derek as they review AEW. Make sure you check out Hubbanomics this coming Friday night at 6:35. Excuse me, I had to make a change. 6:35. p.m. Eastern Standard Time, not 6:05, 6:35 Eastern Standard Time. And once again, as always, on Monday, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time, it'll be myself and Conrad right here from the new set of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, man. We got a whole new set, and we hope you like it. So with that being said, on behalf of Conrad and myself, I want to say two things. Let's go Knicks, and God bless, be encouraged, evil never prevails. Until next week, you already know what it is, man. Peace.